My hair's back. Nobody's on because they're probably watching.
That's okay. Let's go. I'm excited. Anyway, I still think it was awesome that a year ago, well, actually it was February 18th of 2020 where we did the show on Carlos Alcaraz.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we were pretty pumped up then and we're pumped up now about it. Great job, Carlos Alcaraz, for getting that win. We're going to get right into that almost immediately.
Yes.
Okay. Hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is the culmination of day 5 at the U.S. Open, and we just had the opportunity to finish watching the Carlos Alcaraz match versus Stefanos Tsitsipas. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. But let's get right into that match. Again, a year and a half ago, it seems like just yesterday, when that match ended, we were like, we knew it, you know, and at the same time, just because he beat Tsitsipas doesn't mean anyone was right or wrong about anything. Everyone can have a great day at the office, but can he do it every day? Now, we made that video a year and a half ago or a year and 3/4 ago, and he's been doing it ever since. Can he maintain?
He's got what I like about him from the other 18-year-olds is the fact that he uses his brains, you know. Yesterday, we watched Anisimova and Pliskova, and all they did was hit the ball. We watched Brooksby and Fritz. All they did was push and hit forehands. No one approached the net. No one tried anything different. And then, you know, the other 18-year-olds are very inconsistent. It's hard for them. At the pressure moments, they give up. They go away completely, which he did go away for the 4th set and then came back.
Well, yes and no. I think that he had a mighty fine coach in the stands, Juan Ferrero, wonderful player. And I do have some pictures of that, by the way. We do have the matches on here on my phone. I can't show the phone, but nonetheless, we do have the live matches here. But nonetheless, Juan Ferrero is a very polished, humble, heck of a good coach and a hell of a player, right? Mm-hmm. Had been there, done that, got the T-shirt, and he's in his box. You know, in the other box, you have Patrick Mouratoglou and Apostolos Tsitsipas. You know, you got the pretty boys, you know, the guys that love to look at themselves and the guys that love to, you know, push rules to the limits, bathroom breaks and medical breaks. And then you have the young 18-year-old Alcaraz, who, by the way, was 16 years old when we made that video, by the way. Mm-hmm. And so if you're a subscriber of the channel, go to our community. And I just posted that video back out that we made a year ago. And I had just had eye surgery. I had a basal cell carcinoma on my face, and I had just had part of my cheek removed because of it. And we made that video talking about Carlos Alcaraz as he just jumped on the scene almost 2 years ago. Right. But I was so excited when this happened, not because of the video and that we told you so. It was just a matter of, it was really nice to see the young 18-year-old come in and I can't say trounce because it was an epic match, one of the best matches I've seen this year. If not the best by far. But he proved that, you know, you can take your foot timeouts, you can cry wolf, you can go to the bathroom, you can look up in the stands, you can have Jack in the Box Mouratoglou, you can have my daddy up there, you can have my ping thong change bag, whatever it is, and he's still going to get beat. Now, here's a question for all of you. I think it's fair to say that Carlos Alcaraz is equally as good as any of the next-gen guys. They're not next-gen anymore. That was cheesy in the first place. But he's equally as good as they are now, and he's way younger. So what does this tell you about that whole next-gen time frame?
And Josh says Alcaraz is hype. I think I've heard him say hype for every player. But I don't think he's hype because he can hit a forehand. He can hit a backhand. He can slice. He can drop shot. He can serve. He can lob. He can move his opponent. Josh, you must not be a tennis player.
And he has quads. Have you noticed the quads?
And he's built his body. If you watch him when he's 16, he's worked on his body unlike some other players. No one's hyped him because no one really talks about him. Hype is when you talk about someone and they don't do much.
Okay. To address that, Josh, fair enough. Look at if you're a new subscriber, welcome. Much love to you. Let's go. Well, either way. Much love the comment. But look at the video we made February 18th of last year. I just put it on the community just before we started the show. So go to it. Boom. We're talking about Alcaraz 2 years ago. So he can't just be hype. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because we were talking about him on this show. We did a whole show on him 2 years ago.
I'm not saying he's going to win a Grand Slam, but he's definitely.
But he's good.
He's good. He's just as good as Chapeau. He's just as good as, obviously, Tsitsipas. He's just as good to keep up. He's been beating a lot of players, so he's been consistent. He's been working it like golf has, working it.
I agree totally.
I'm not saying Grand Slam champions, but working it. working their way to the top, working at it. Unlike some other players, they come when they're 16 and they hit home run from the beginning, you know. But he's working it for sure. I mean, Pete Sampras expected him to win the U.S. Open, and then he kind of disappeared. He didn't play well for quite a few years, and then he started rolling the slams. You know?
Absolutely.
So definitely not hype. No one's saying he's going to be the next best thing, but he's definitely going to be consistent.
Yeah, and this isn't like everybody watching Holger Rune take a set off Djokovic and saying, you know, oh, he's top 10. Again, we made a whole show on him, an hour-long show as a large part 2 years ago. You know, i.e. Holger Rune was to one set to Djokovic, which was meaningless, to what is Alcaraz has been steadily plodding along 2 years ago.
It's like Brooksby. I don't see it, guys. A lot of guys talked about Brooksby. That has to be one of the ugliest American games I have seen. An ugly-ass backhand, an ugly-ass slice. That's not even a slice. The grunt is hideous. The forehand is your typical American forehand, your typical American game. Hit from the baseline, push the ball, don't approach, don't strategize. Just horrible.
The grunt, his grunt was freaking hideous. It wasn't a consistent grunt, you know, like it was a random, like every 3 shots. It was freaking ridiculous. His grunt was borderline. What's the worst word I can possibly?
It sounded like he had shit stuck up his ass and it couldn't come out.
Yeah, it sounded like he was a lamb taking a dump out in the pasture, but the haystack got hung up in his anus. It was hideous. First and foremost, you know we're gonna give shit to people that grunt.
And then his 12-minute potty break.
Yeah.
Even makes me not like him even more.
I think it was 12 minutes.
It was 12 minutes.
12-minute bathroom break.
12-minute bathroom break, yeah.
Well, again, for me.
Freelancer, who impressed you? Carlos or Brooksby? Which one? I didn't. You said, boy, did he impress me. Which one impressed you? Because Brooksby is your typical American player. Same ass ugly forehand, like Fritz. You know, I saw a lot of coaches on Facebook saying the reason why Fritz never wins is because he doesn't have pace. Look at his forehand. I started looking at it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's the same forehand as Jack Sock. And, you know, I thought Jack Sock was way better than Brooksby, in my opinion, when he came out.
Look, I still haven't been sold on Jack Sock ever. Jack Sock's a good player. He's a good fighter. I've never cared for his locker room or off-court necessarily personality. It's a long story, another day. But nonetheless, I wish Jack Sock well. I'm glad you mentioned him. He's playing.
Oh, yeah. Alcaraz was definitely impressive. Yes, Freelancer.
Yeah, for sure.
Alcaraz or Sinner. Who's better in 3 years? We'll see. I can't give a prediction.
That's a great question. That's a great question. I do think the likes of Sinner and Alcaraz are more realistic than the likes of Tsitsipas, Zverev. Now, I do think Zverev has matured very, very much in just the recent past, rather. But again, no offense to those where the word spastic is offensive where you live, and I didn't know that until I think Freelancer Financials pointed that out to me. So I'm sorry, but here in the U.S.
So use another word.
Tsitsipas is just very reactionary.
Very jerky.
He's jerky. He lashes out at things where, I hate to bring it up, but remember when he smacked his dad accidentally with his tennis racket? I forget where it was. And but he does things that he doesn't realize the consequences until it's like never pass up an opportunity to keep your mouth shut or never pass up an opportunity to not do something, but he always does it and then it always hurts him. And then Tsitsipas has gone from the Jedi, the Force, to the dark side in the matter of one tournament. And it's not really this one tournament. It's just that you can't go to New York City with the crowd, which are very objective and very vocal and are very socially connected, especially digitally, and expect to go in there and go take a 10-minute whiz quiz. They're going to give you shit for it. I mean, the Mets are awful. Well, actually, I think the Mets are in like third place. The Knicks, are rough. They're winning some good sports there. So you can't go to the bathroom there like that. And unfortunately, this tournament, Tsitsipas has single-handedly created the need for a bathroom rule. Now, by the way, this young man, Brooksby, didn't help out the situation at all. By the way, Felix Auger-Aliassime is serving up a break 3-1 in the first set against Bautista Agut, 15-love, fixing to serve.
Not only that, so bad, right? These toilet breaks that the USTA and the US Open have now decided to analyze Tsitsipas' first round and second round match toilet breaks.
Yeah, sounds good.
Now they're going to make a rule about it. Good job, Tsitsipas. Good job.
Do you remember, Carla, when we were in high school and there were certain students that abused the hall pass? You'd be like, hey, teacher, can I use the bathroom? And they'd be like, sure. And they let you go at the beginning of the semester and you would go to the bathroom and come back 30 minutes later. And, they wouldn't say anything. And then you would ask for it again. Hey, teacher, can I go to the bathroom? Be like, I don't know, man. You were gone a long time. They'd let you go anyway.
Even in school, they do that.
But after that, they start sending out a hallway monitor. Like Tsitsipas is so babyish. He needs a hallway monitor to make sure he's not abusing his hall pass when he goes to the bathroom.
Simone, I agree with you. Alcaraz cannot be compared to Rune. Not even close. Agree. Alcaraz has been working for years.
Yeah.
For years, he's been playing challengers and playing. No, Rune, I'm sorry. I didn't see anything spectacular from Rune. Brooksby, the other 18-year-old, didn't see. There was a couple guys like 2 years ago that were 18-year-olds, and I don't know where they are now. I can't even remember their name. They were like from California. Can't even remember their name. So no, I definitely wasn't impressed.
Look. Again, 2 years ago, we were doing a whole show on Carlos Alcaraz coming fresh out of the juniors. We just really stumbled across Rune when everybody proclaimed he was going to be top 10 because he took one set off a non-focused Djokovic, only to, after have hyped him up so much, the next set, he started cramping and looking at his mommy. And then everybody that was like, he'll be top 10. He just took a set off Djokovic. Everybody was like, oh, let me delete that. Shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean?
Hi, Flo. I got your Instagram message. You're going to the U.S. Open tomorrow to watch Djokovic. Take a lot of pictures for us. I don't know. Try to get his attention so he can take a picture with you,
Since Flo is out there, by the way, Flo bought me this limited edition Lacoste Djokovic hat. Okay. So nice Djokovic hat, it's got the Djokovic emblem right there. Flo, she did that for me. I'll wear it for her. I'm going to wear it for Flo. Let's go, Flo. Let's go. Come on.
Jack Nolte said the defeat will hurt Stefanos, do you think? Well, it seems like after the French Open final, he really hasn't had quite consistent results. I think it will hurt him. This one will hurt him. Here's another message. Did Tsitsipas take a toilet break into today's match? Alex VR asked. No.
He did. He did.
No, foot break.
Yes. Okay. So here's how this went down. You can't call out Tsitsipas's bathroom break because Alcaraz went as well. And Alcaraz came back and Tsitsipas came back right afterwards. But in the first set, Tsitsipas did get some bandages removed from his foot. So the crowd kind of booed at him a little bit. He lost the first set and he had the shoes come off. I showed you.
He needs to stop sliding so much like that.
Yeah. And then in the second set, Tsitsipas won the second set. By the way, it's 30-all. Felix Auger is serving at 3-1 in the first set, and it's 30-all. But I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
I don't know.
Help me out. Come on.
You were talking about his feet. He called for trainer.
Yeah. So he had some bandages taken off his feet. And then as he came back onto the court after that, he got a code violation for taking too long. The shot clock ran up on a serve. But nonetheless, he lost the match, whatever. But what he has attained out of this tournament is that he has single-handedly created is going to be the creator of a rule in tennis, and that's to create a hall clock monitor for the tardy kids that can't get back to class in time when they've been told to go take a pee.
Freelancer, I agree with you. Tsitsipas will learn from the defeat and also change his antics. Yes, I hope so. Derek says coaching violating and the tiebreaker as well. Yeah, I heard that. It's just crazy. Like, you're playing pro tennis. You don't need a coach to tell you anything. You need them for support, yes, to pump you up, to keep clapping, saying it's okay. But at this stage, you should be able to figure out what's going wrong in your game and what you need to do. I've never understood the coaching. I'm not for the coaching at all. I don't even like high school coaching.
That pisses me off.
I don't even want anybody asking me what I should do. That's what you're trained for.
Hey, by the way, Bautista Agut has a break point against Felix Auger-Aliassime, 30-40.
Good question, Josh. I think Nadal would beat Alcaraz at 18.
I think so, too.
Yeah, Nadal was way better at 18. Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Alcaraz has been working at it where you have some 16-year-olds that, boom, they hit it out of the park. You knew that with Nadal.
Nadal at 18 had a level of fight about him that was uncanny, and he still has that level of fight. It's just that the body is harder for him the body doesn't agree with it so much. But Alcaraz, fine athlete, and remember, Nadal is a lefty, so that's another kind of variable you have to throw in there if you paired those up. But that's a great question, though.
Ben Fricker said, what's incredible? Tsitsipas bagel Alcaraz in the fourth set, and Alcaraz was still able to concentrate and win the match. Young Rafa in the making. He could be really good. I'm not saying he's the next Rafa. He could be good.
Do you think Juan Carlos Ferrero had anything to do with maybe, hey, if you're in a 4-set, you're down, conserve the energy and wait for the 5th. This is called the rope-a-dope. Carreno Busta is really good at doing this. There's a lot of players that are good at the rope-a-dope. It's a big thing in boxing, the rope-a-dope. If it gets late in the match or gets late in the fight, 7th, 8th round, we're going the distance. Go ahead and let someone get me against the rope. Pound my midsection a little bit. Let them punch themselves out, and then create some space and just go in for the kill. So the rope-a-dope is omnipresent in a lot of sports. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If that wasn't indeed a planned rope-a-dope, then it shows great coaching and a great academy where he is. And correct me if I'm wrong, Alcaraz is training with Ferrero at Nadal's academy in Mallorca. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Ferrero is training him at the Nadal Academy in Mallorca. I may be wrong about that, but I think I'm correct, or there has been some history therein.
I don't know. Freelancer said, I noticed Alcaraz getting coached twice during the match. I didn't, because I was listening to it. I was out there teaching. He was here. Did you notice it?
I heard the Tsitsipas coaching violation in the tiebreaker, but I did not hear anything about the Tsitsipas, I have a couple pictures though. I don't know if I'll get any issues for this, but this is a picture of Ferrero after the match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Juan Carlos is one of our all-time people that we look up to. Okay. So, we were kind of players at this point in time. So to you, to you guys, Alcaraz, Ferrero was like our you know what I'm saying? These are guys that we grew up with. This was after the match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mortaglu has not had a very good tournament. Yes, and I'm good.
Yeah, now let's talk about
Serena. I wonder sometimes.
Yeah, let's talk about Derek Edwardson's comment, because I had this something like this written, so let's roll with it.
Great question.
Derek Edwardson.
No, this one.
Well, both of them, Derek and Jack. Mouratoglou has not had a very good tournament. Next one, Jack Nolte. Do you think Patrick should just concentrate on one player and stop jumping in so many player boxes, or concentrate on academy and one player? Okay, this is another coach. We respect Mouratoglou as a coach a lot. There's a lot of drills that now let's make this a two-way street. A lot of the stuff we watch from Mouratoglou, we were already doing long before we saw him do it, probably because we have some of the same credentials maybe, or ties to same drill patterns from US, whatever. And you get what I'm saying without mentioning.
Right.
So we have anyway, but he has a good way of delivering the message. However, he does have a really good way of looking not the most humble. He's always popping up in players' boxes. His hair is always perfect. He's always shit.
There's nothing wrong with having perfect hair.
I get it. But look, you're at a major tournament. You got players everywhere. He's got Coco Gauff. He has Tsitsipas. He was he in Brooksby's box? Did he pop up in Brooksby?
No, it was the kid that Djokovic plays. See, I already forgot his name. Rune.
Oh, yeah. He popped up in Rune's box?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is none of these players have won, in my opinion.
I think he just wants credit. I think he wants to build his academy bigger.
I think he wants to look at himself.
No, I think he wants to just show you, hey, my academy is the best.
But
look, I got Tsitsipas. I got Coco Gauff.
But what have they done yet? The question. I
know that. I'm just telling you why he's doing it. He's doing it obviously for this. He's thinking, cha-ching, I got all these players. Look how far they get.
But can someone give me a resume of what those players have done? And don't tell me Serena Williams. Serena Williams had 14 majors prior to being tied up with Patrick Mouratoglou. And by the way, must I remind everybody, as Serena Williams and Patrick Mouratoglou had a romantic relationship.
Oh my God, who cares?
But I'm just saying, it wasn't even tennis that drew them together. It was a romantic relationship.
No. They were together first as a coach and a student.
And then they became that?
Like it happens for every girl. This is why you got to be careful with your girls. They end up falling for the coach. Very common, Justin.
Has anybody seen those pictures?
When I went to Nick Bolletier's, there was a lot of those young coaches that were having relationship with those very young students. Be careful with your girls, especially the young European dudes. Just saying. Because there were a lot of girls. I remember sleeping in the dorm. And they were having relations at 14, 15 with coaches. Be careful.
So
who cares about that? His wife is prettier and he's married with
who is that?
Is
that Patrick and Serena?
Look how long ago that is.
Okay, but what I'm saying, it's just there's a bias, there's some biased credibility about his backing. And you can't tell me that. Okay, well,
So what? So she liked the
here
Frenchman.
you go.
Who
You know,
cares?
she likes the Frenchman.
She's now got a beautiful girl. Who cares?
Didn't they walk down the street with each other's back pocket one day?
They did more than that.
Oh,
Justin.
I got it. Boom. Get some. Patrick Matagulu.
They did more than
and
that.
Serena.
Are you telling me they just touch each other's ass? They did more than that.
Oh, Patrick Matagulu and Serena. So cute like Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew. I smell you. And I kitty got the Pepe Le Pew. The Frenchman.
Why are you bringing out their
Do you remember that cartoon?
Wait a minute. Haven't you dated a lot of people in your life?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're the bomb.
What I'm saying is you can't bring people. So many actors, athletes, they date this person, that person. Who cares? Move on.
Come on, man. Patrick Moratoglu prior to Serena, birds are chirping. Crickets, you can hear them. Cheep, 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 cheep. After Serena Williams, it's like, oh,
I agree with you, Flo. I agree with you. He is marketing the academy. That's exactly what he's doing.
But at some point, the people that send their kids there and their students too, and they just put millions of dollars in to go there, they have to get more than the view. I mean, it's a beautiful view there. I've checked this academy out. Beautiful view. But he's got this, he pops up in everybody's boxes. But can you tell me one other player that's won a major that he's coached besides Serena Williams? And she already had 14 prior to. Even Sasha Bajin tried this. Sasha Bajin was a hitting partner along with Moratoglu, Serena. And since Sasha Bajin got a big head and started checking out his tan in the mirror, you know the whole coaching from the sidelines thing that's acceptable in the WTA. I think it's solely there so Sasha Bajin can look at himself in the camera, as well as Patrick Matagulu, as well as Apostolo Tsitsipas.
My favorite thing of Patrick is when he goes like this. Wait. Let me make my biceps even bigger.
I think it's great. She's just
he goes like this.
She's just not
ready. He goes like this.
You know, with Serena, she's just not ready. And we tried really hard. We tried.
Remember when he went really hard? Remember when he went to the U.S. Open?
We tried really hard, and we did all we could do. And he just sits so proper and prim. And no matter what, he just pops up in everybody's box. You know, we might have some player we've never heard of, and all of a sudden, beep, there he is. Damn, there's that guy again. Homeboy's winning on court 14. Beep. Hey, how are you? I'm the Frenchman that pops up in everyone's box when they win a match. But yet I still haven't won a major with anyone except Serena that had 14 before she met me. But I'm still Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew is an annoying skunk.
He's an annoying skunk. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
You know, the cat's like, please leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
It's like me, Pepe Le Pew.
So is that the fans?
Yeah, I'm Pepe.
The fans are going, please,
stop
being on TV.
Yeah, no,
okay.
Don't want any more.
He's Turkish? Wow. Okay.
Hey.
French, Turkish.
He's silky smooth.
Imitate McDonald, please.
He's silky smooth.
Didn't McDonald lose last night? Didn't he lose last night?
Did he lose?
Nishikori.
Didn't Nishikori beat him?
Yeah.
Well, it's just, it's a really good tournament I had, and I'm really supportive of the crowd, and I like to talk at the same tone no matter what, even if I'm really happy or if I'm really mad. I talk the same way. Hopefully, I'm really in the line of things to make it to the ATP finals next year, kind of like Jack Sock did way back in the day when he only won one tournament to get in. But nonetheless, I'm here. I'm going to make some noise, but I just don't know how far in the future. But I'm trying to make some noise now with this new.
I got sick last night.
With this new monotone record, Og Chapeau, he can rap. Not really because he sucks, but I can still talk in the same language without stopping. So that's me. I'm Mackenzie McDonald, and I hope everybody is really supporting me moving forward, and I hope to see you guys next year. Thank you.
That's why I got sick last night. It took me a long time. I was laughing so hard when you did that. Oh my God.
That's Mackenzie.
Flo says it doesn't matter. He knows how to talk in front of the camera for marketing, like Rolex. The watches know better than my Xiaomi $25 band. Very well said. He's marketable. Alex Guillar says sounds a bit like McEnroe. Laugh out loud. Michael Walker, Tsitsipas is jinx like Borg at the Open. Yeah, you know what? He's jinx because he's jinx also at Wimbledon too, I guess, Michael Walker.
So can I bring up something that Paul Anacone said during one of the matches today?
Sure.
Actually, if anyone was watching the Tennis Channel today, it was actually there was a match. ESPN, yes. There was a match that ended, and another one was about to begin, and they were showing highlights of the Brooksby match. Transitioning into the next match. So you get what I'm saying? So showing highlights, right? Mm-hmm. Paul Anacone who is another coach I have a lot of respect for. Just saying, we there's some of the same certifications that we all share. That we're same organizations, whatever. So we all have the same manual. Just saying, but he made a comment that said, and I'm quoting almost to the exact, that Brooksby could spoil, or his words were ruin. Brooksby could ruin Novak Djokovic's tournament. What are your thoughts on that? Paul Annacone, former coach of Roger Federer, by the way, that Brooksby could ruin Novak Djokovic's tournament, alluding to he is young, he has nothing to lose, and Brad Gilbert said he had a fear hand, not a forehand, but a fear hand. What are your thoughts on that? Is that laughable, or is it something that you have to take seriously?
That's laughable.
I agree.
Laughable. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
If I have to hear Brooksby ever grunt again, I swear what I'm going to do is cut my freaking ear off and send it to him in the mail like Michelangelo did, or was that Da Vinci? I forget. But this kid,
No, it wasn't like that.
Freaking hideous, man.
It's like he's
like a lamp.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that something like
and
that?
It wasn't every point. It was like in the important points. And the 12-minute toilet break ruined Fritz because he had knee surgery. He got cold. He should have won that match. Just saying.
Someone said Osaka's on now. I got it. I got it. I got it. Leylah Fernandez got it.
Do you like Pam Shriver commentating? I've met Pam Shriver, Alex Q. I don't mind her. I think she was very emotional. By the way,
warming up.
We watched Novak Djokovic's interview, and it was very inspiring. I've given Djokovic a lot of grief, but I sat down and I said, let me listen to him. I saw one pretty girl try to get his picture. She was like, I love you, Djokovic. And she got his picture. She got lucky. He stopped. And then he walked up to the booth and they asked him, he went to Forest Hills. He wanted to go see the history of tennis. Rod Laver did it twice. Steffi Graf did it once. They told him Serena almost had it. And he says, well, I did it. I did a 4-year. I won 4 slams in a row, but not in a calendar year. He said, I won the French Open. And
they call that,
so he asked,
they call that the Djokovic slam.
He asked, well, what do you call that? And they said the Nole slam. And he started laughing. But, it was very interesting what he had to say. He's very intelligent. He studies the game a lot. He knows that his opponents are studying him. Yeah, he had a great post-match interview. That's what you're talking about, right? Long interview. It was interesting listening to him. There's something that's really interesting about the big three, and I'm sure there's more than just the big three that take intelligence to the next level in the game that we all have passion for. But the gist of these gentlemen are 5 and 6 languages fluent. Do you know how difficult it is to speak just 2 languages? Carla speaks 2 languages, English and Spanish, right? It just eludes me to be able to do that, right? But these guys speak 5 and 6 is quite impressive. Definitely. Very impressive. But yeah, Djokovic. It was a great interview. Made you like him, listening to him. He said that when he did it in 2016, he won 4, but not in a calendar year. He knew that it was possible. He said he knew it was possible. He believed that it was possible for him to do it. Yeah, and he also indicated that because he had already done what he calls the Djokovic slam. He didn't call it that. That's what they call it, whatever, right. That the pressure, in other words, he's already dealt with the pressure of holding all 4. So maybe the pressure for him wasn't as much, and he also alluded to that doing it for his country is highly important, and that gives him even more motivation. So, well, he said what gave him a lot of motivation is seeing that Rod Laver did it twice, seeing Steffi Graf do it, and himself in 2016, knowing that he can do it was a lot of motivation for him. Very, very, very well-spoken man, by the way. He speaks well. Let's go back. What's next? I was going to talk about last night's match. Okay, go to yours, and then I have something next. Anisimova and Pliskova. Okay, let him have it now. But let's. Okay, I watched this match last night, and I'm going to shut up and let Carla just go off on this. I thought it was a great match. Carla did not. I'm going to shut up there. Go ahead, Carla. First of all, these 2 girls. They played hard. There was no strategy in the whole match. The shots would be 2, 3, 4 points if we got lucky. We saw slices like towards the end of the match. Every return Pliskova hit would be go for it. Let's see what happens. And then she would serve really hard. She served really hard, knowing that Anna Anisimova can hit her backhand better than her forehand, which I didn't understand.
Her backhand was smoking last night.
Like, you know, the girl can hit her backhand. Why not change it, move it around? To me, this match was no strategy. Just hit the fucking ball, and that's it.
Damn.
It's the worst tennis that you can teach a junior. Just hit the ball. Don't worry what happens. Just hit it. Go for it. Go for it on the serve. Go for it on the return. If you're running, go for it. This is not the type of tennis I like to see. I like to see players like Barty. I like to see players like Andreescu, who think out there, who throw a drop shot. It's not fun. That was not fun, this guy. It was just not good tennis.
I'm with this guy. By the way,
this was not good tennis. This was, Justin, are you telling me that you would teach a junior? So you're telling Kara, you might as well tell Kara what the Spanish coach was telling her. Just hit the ball, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no.
That's exactly what they were doing.
No, from a coaching standpoint, I totally agree with you. I'm just saying from a fan standpoint, it was kind of fun to see.
And Pliskova almost lost with 24 aces.
And
That's the sad part.
By the way, in the first game of the first set, Leylah Fernandez is facing a break point. Osaka is 40-30. Fernandez serves it. Osaka's taking it. Nice cross court. So it's the deuce. So she saved the break point. Okay.
Thank you, Ben Fricker. He says, I agree, which is why I can't see Pliskova win the US Open. Even if she'll make it to the final, she's always nervous and doesn't think. She had the match. Why keep hitting hard flat? She's feeding off your ground strokes. That's what she wants. Throw an off ball. Throw a loopy ball. Drop shot. I told him Osaka hits the ball hard, but at least she thinks there's a strategy to it, you know? And she does it better than both of them. Players like Barty would eat him up. Yeah. I mean, even Kerber has a sense of coming into the net. Yeah. Both of these girls don't like coming to the net.
Fernandez serving it in first game. So she's a lefty too, by the way.
Michael Walker, intelligent. Anyone could be intelligent. The way he speaks, he knows how to speak. He knows how to explain himself. That's what I mean by intelligent. Let's not get so technical on it, you know?
Yeah.
He's trying to get so technical on it. He's an intelligent guy. Just like when Federer speaks, he's intelligent. Just like when Nadal speaks, he's intelligent. When Osaka speaks, she's not intelligent. When Goff speaks, she's intelligent. You know, there's players that are intelligent. You hear them speak, they speak well. And there's others that are just garbage and they have no clue what they're saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. Simone says, Anisimova ever going to be top 10? Not with that game.
We thought she had that trajectory prior to her father passing. By the way, and rest in peace there. But Fernandez and Osaka are at deuce right now. First game still the first game of the first set.
Osaka's going to beat her.
I don't know. It's, you know, they're playing pretty well. We'll see what happens. This is going to be an interesting match. All right. About Anisimova, she hit the ball big. It was fun to watch. I'm not saying as a coach, I'm coaching that. I'm not saying kids that come out of our academy or our business, whatever you want to call it, I'm coaching them to do that. But I'm saying as a fan last night, it was pretty entertaining to watch. It was, you know, so close. And it was like 7-5, 7-6, like 2 sets had gone by, but only an hour of play had transpired. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm saying? So it was really fast. Leylah Fernandez just held. She's up 1-0, changing sides. But yeah, it was rock'em sock'em, light out tennis from start to finish. Yes, I think there was times where both players, Pliskova and Anisimova, could have thrown in a drop shot here, off-speed pitch here, whatever, throwing a lob, you know, work the net, whatever.
How many approach shot that Pliskova missed that could have won her the match?
Pliskova had an easy forehand sitter for the match, had a match point, easy forehand sitter. Boom, missed it halfway into the bottom of the net. And the court was wide open. So she could have just literally tapped it into the open court. But because she only has one gear and that's wide open, she thumped it into the net. We add power, we add the probability of an unforced error. And Pliskova and Anisimova are great at doing this. The people that won't allow them to play like that, because I wonder how many unforced errors they had combined last night. 50, 60, something like that?
I don't know.
Osaka, Barty, some of these better girls. So watch out for even Kerber, by the way. I'm serious.
Krejcikova, who knows, who understands the game. I mean, it's like you can't just hit the ball. You really can't. It's not going to take you that far.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like hit, return, hit, out. And the only reason, and I'm going to be for real, the only reason you guys enjoy the match is because Anisimova is a beautiful girl.
What?
With a beautiful body.
Are you serious?
The reason.
Come on. Okay, let me pull.
The reason the crowd at the US Open, they were all, there's nothing against it.
That's okay.
It was all guys, young guys. Ooh, even Pliskova, they asked her in the interview, how did you feel about the crowd going for Anisimova? And she said, well, she made a comment. They weren't happy with it.
Mhm.
That's the only reason why. The guys have been tipsy. They already had a few drinks in them. They're watching Miss Blondie. You said at one point when she smiled at her coach on the tiebreaker, what did you say?
Oh, I remember this. Okay, there was a point in time at the end of the match yesterday.
It was in the tiebreaker.
It was in the tiebreaker, and there was a fan in the audience that looked at Anisimova, and she caught an eye glimpse of.
And she smiled, yeah.
And she smiled like, oh. And I told Carla, I was like, uh-oh. My dad, one of my first coaches, or my first coach, used to say, when you come inside the damn fence, if you pay any attention to whatever's going on inside that fence, your ass is mine. I'm gonna deal with you. But when you get older and I can't do that, if you go out on the tennis court and you're in battle and you're paying attention to people cheering outside the fence, or this person or this fan or this heckler or whatever, and you pay attention to them, you're as good as freaking done, right? Mm-hmm. And last night, Anisimova made a smiley face to a fan in like a really tight situation. It was like a tiebreaker.
She was up 2 points.
You can't do that. Look,
she was up 2 points in the tiebreaker. All she had to do was get.
And she pulled it out.
She lost.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Anisimova
lost.
Yeah, Pliskova pulled it out.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I told Carla right as this happened, I said, "Oh my goodness, she just smiled."
You don't smile. You're ready to freaking kill. How you gonna smile? Did you see Alcaraz smile? No, he was like serious. And that's when he said that to me, and I said, "You're right. When you're playing a match, you're concentrating. You're out there to kill, win."
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot with some of our students. A lot of our girl students, the junior students, we have students all ages, but our junior students that are active in the community and tournaments and traveling and so forth. Let's say we have student Mary Jo and Mary Jane and Mary David. We actually have someone, Mary Michael. That's not her. But anyway, but they'll go to tournaments, and they're about to play each other in like a semifinal. And our students are like, hey, what are you doing after the match? Like, I love your shirt. I love your outfit.
Oh, you look so cute.
And we'll walk up to our students who are like, we know we teach you, but why are you guys hugging each other right now? Do that afterwards, but get lost, man. We want to battle, right? So this is something that I saw.
The better player won. Pliskova should have won.
Yeah.
I felt like, she should have won. It's a big deal for her. She's 29 years old. Her next opponent who's her next opponent? Let's see.
By the way,
Tomljanovic, which is a winnable match.
And Tomljanovic, good for her.
Played well.
Exactly. By the way, did anyone agree with Paul Anacone that Brooksby could ruin Novak Djokovic's tournament? Or are you laughing that off like I did? I'm just curious.
Alex, you asked a tough question. Who controls their shots better, Sabalenka or Pliskova?
Pliskova.
And tonight we're going to see, and guess what, guys? Tonight we're going to see the same thing.
Hey,
if you want a fun match, watch Sabalenka and Collins. Just put your headphones on.
Yeah, the grunting is going to be real.
This is going to be the same type of match you watched last night, except they're not as pretty as Anisimova. But just put your headphones on, and you're going to see 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. There's no strategy there. They're just going to hit the ball, and that's it.
All right, Leylah Fernandez is serving at 40-15. It's 1-1 in the first set. A long couple of games here, but Leylah Fernandez has a couple of game points serving against Osaka in the new Adidas kind of fluorescent yellow with the gray and the black.
Zigzag. She looks like the
zigzag shorts.
Yeah. Outfit.
Leylah Fernandez just held, so we're 2-1 on serve.
Oh no! Why is she wearing that?
Oh no! We got a little.
Why is she wearing that shirt? I would only wear that shirt if I'm like 120 pounds.
Oh, I saw a little belly roll.
I would not wear that shirt.
Belly
120 pounds. I'd wear that.
Roll.
See, she can't pull that off. That's not a good look for her.
All right.
Who do you hate to watch more, Collins or Sabalenka? I like Collins. I don't like Sabalenka at all.
That's a tough question. Who asked that?
I don't like to hear them. Because I think Collins is kind of bitchy saying come on every point.
Yeah.
But Sabalenka has no strategy. He just hits everything.
Who were we watching the other night that was saying come on when the other player was making Shapovalov. Shapovalov has an issue with this. Check this out. Do you guys have a problem with players going come on or let's go when the other player makes an unforced error or they double fault? There's kind of an etiquette the way that we were racing the game. I'm not, if I'm playing someone and I'm playing a tough match and they double fault, I'm not going to go, let's go, come on, because you suck and double faulted. You might get a racket to the grill. Might get your teeth knocked out. But nonetheless, do you have a problem with this?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever had someone do it to you?
Yeah, and I hit him with the ball.
Oh, you hit him with the ball?
Yeah, I'll bring him to the net. Come on, shut the hell up.
Oh, so if someone does that to you, drop shot them, bring them in and go for their face. Contact tennis, let's go.
All right, let me get to the fantasy team. Tom Chi, send me the results. Your number one, he put him as ranked.
Fantasy team update.
Number one.
By the way, so no, fantasy team update. The top 2 competitors will win the same prize, either $50, 50 US payable immediately, PayPal, Venmo, check, ask Tom Chi. He's won before. Or 5 sets of Y-Tech strings. You're talking, $20 a set, $100 value, or $50 of 5K tennis merchandise. So keep it up.
It's number one ranked, and everybody is Canadian tennis fan with 49 points. Number 2 behind him. Let's see who's ranked number 2. With 48 points is JMP 1966. The next person ranked number 3. Let's see let me go to this Excel sheet. Number 3 is Philly Cheese Dog with 46 points. Number 4, Furzy09 with 45 points. Number 6 is Jose P. If you're out there. Number 7. Anybody ranked number 7? No, I think there's a tie. Number 8. There's 2 people tied for number 8. Jack Nolte. And the other person that's ranked 8 is Zest for Life. Adam Garcia, you are out.
Oh, too bad, bro.
The next
Sets a string I'll send.
Jean-Zé Cui with Chino says a 36 point. He's almost out. Gene Schwartz, you're almost out with 38 points. Tom Chi, who's doing it himself, is almost out with 36 points.
Let's go. I'm paying him anyway for doing the score.
Wilson Clash Royale with 33 points. You're definitely out. And the rest of you, if I haven't mentioned you, you're still on. Philly Cheese Dog's on. Well, they want to hear it.
Well, a lot of people don't play.
But a lot of these guys do play it.
All right. By the way, let me tell you who I'm pulling for. Remember, there's 2 winners, but let me tell you who I'm pulling for.
You got 42 points, Flo.
Let me tell you who I'm pulling. Flo played too?
Yes.
Let's go, Flo.
She asked me.
Let's go, Flo. Come on. I'm pulling for. There's 2 winners. There's 2 winners. So, but one of the 2 I'm pulling for is Philly Cheese Dog. Mm-hmm. He's played this for a long time. He's always been at the bottom of the map, but now he's near the top. Let's go, Philly Cheese Dog. Let's go. And by the way, Osaka and Fernandez. Osaka is 40-30 serving points ongoing. Osaka needs to win this point to win the game to make it 2-2, and she does. It's 2-2 first set.
By the way, out of the racket competition and the $300 prize, Jagnotti, you're out. You chose Stevens, and she lost today. And Dushan Jarmakanin, you're out. You chose Rude and Justin, you're out, though you don't compete for it.
You got to give props to Dushan, though. Dushan has been a soldier. He's in Slovenia. Dushan has been a soldier in this game since the very get-go. And as well, Dushan does scoring himself. Tom Chi just took it to a whole nother level and did the Excel sheet with the graphics. And it's really, really sweet.
And Sunil, you're out because you chose Rude and you listened to this dummy.
But I'm paying you, Tom Chi. You're out, but I'm paying you. So just go ahead and let me know.
So that's it. Everybody else is still in the competition.
Let's go.
But I have a feeling that they're going to drop like flies in the next few days.
Let's go.
All right.
Excited about that. Let's shift gears to Jack Sock for a moment. Just for a moment in time. Don't unsubscribe or tune out because I mentioned Jack Sock.
He won.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Jack Sock.
Jack Sock will beat Zverev tomorrow?
Ooh. That's what I want to talk about.
That's what Derek said.
Let's talk about that. What are his chances? And is the only way Jack Sock wins that match is the crowd? Is that the only way possible? If you have all the pros and cons of these players, height, weight, size, reach, serve, forehand, backhand, fitness, everything, Zverev. On the other side is kind of a big category and it's way at the bottom and it just gives you guts and courage to die for the cause. Sparta.
I agree with this guy. I agree with you more.
The crowd could.
He'll win 6-1, 6-2, 6-1.
That sounds more fitting.
Mertens is up 6-3 on Jabeur, by the way.
Fernandez Osaka 15-all. Excuse me. Fernandez is serving 30-15, 2-2 in the first set. Good struggle here.
Good for her.
Okay.
She's a young girl.
Did anyone yet answer the fact if they believed Paul Annacone about Brooksby being
Everybody say it's laughable, babe.
Okay, good. I never heard the answer to that.
Okay.
Did anyone talk about, or did anyone answer whether or not people saying "come on" when people double fault?
It's annoying.
It's annoying as hell, right? Brooksby plays Karatsev next. Who you got and why?
Karatsev, because he's a man.
He's a man.
And he's not going to allow that whole shit about potty break.
He ain't no
He's
potty.
going to be like Murray.
No potty for you.
He's like, he reminds me of the guy from Beauty and the Beast. I don't know what his name was. Not the Beast, the bad guy in that movie. The bad guy that liked Bella. That's who he reminds me of. And there's no way Brooksby's going to trouble him. I don't think so.
Hey, I tell you what, this girl Leylah Fernandez right now, she's a lefty and she's ripping forehands.
Jack Sock needs to get in shape, Michael Walker. You know it too.
Leylah Fernandez is dropping bombs. She's using that lefty forehand and catching Osaka off guard and painting the lines.
Gaston. Yes, he looks like Gaston. Yep, that's what he looks like. Muguruza versus Azarenka was a great match. Yeah.
That was a good match.
That was a very good match.
There was almost a bagel in that match.
Yeah, Muguruza disappeared in the second set, kind of. But she took out Azarenka. Good for her because she's never really done well at the U.S. Open.
Did you notice that Muguruza looked more fit?
She's always been fit.
I follow. Can I tell you what I
know?
noticed without you being mad at me for some reason? You don't care anyway.
No, I don't.
But I don't ever study tennis players because you got the legs of your legs are like.
Oh, babe, don't worry about it.
But what I'm saying is, I noticed that Muguruza had more rear end. It was more developed.
You obviously don't look.
She usually just has a board.
No, you don't look at her Instagram. She does a lot of dances.
You block all that stuff, so I can't.
No, that's not true. Okay, because I follow her. I follow her, and she does a lot of cute dances. I share with a lot of people. She loves fashion. I've always said she's a very pretty girl. But they're both about the same height, which was, when they did the switch over. Yeah. So, I enjoy the match.
Another very interesting match for me is Lloyd Harris against Og Chapeau. Don't forget about Ice Baby. That's Og Chapeau.
He's a cutie. Chapeau reminds me of the crush, like my crush that I used to have when I was a kid. He looks like him too.
Look, I like Lloyd Harris, not necessarily in the match. I mean, Shapovalov's a better player, but there's something about Lloyd Harris that I like.
Johnson?
I don't know. I just feel his energy.
Thompson? I think who's the Australian guy with the porn stash? I think that's Thompson.
Jordan Thompson.
And he lost.
Maybe he should do that as a backup career. I wish I could do
Dennis
that.
Vanilla Ice Chapeau. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, on serve, first set, Osaka is serving at 2-3. First set with a beautiful.
Yeah, I do notice Flo said, do you guys notice Osaka's not as fit compared to her major one before? She's wearing this shirt showing her belly. If you're gonna show your belly,
I
wouldn't show my belly. First of all, I wouldn't put a two-piece bathing suit, and I wouldn't wear an outfit like that, knowing that my stomach sticks out.
Well, she has a band like right around here, and it pops up this little Pillsbury dough roll. Just this little thing. It's not big, but if you have this little thing that's going to be protruding because you have like a rubber band here and a rubber band, you might not want the rubber band. You might want the loose fit. So she's got and it's creating a boom.
That's not comfortable. These outfits Nike comes out with are hideous.
I do like Osaka's white limited edition Yonex racket. I've never played Yonex. I don't particularly care for Yonex. The elongated head I've never been too comfortable with. I think it's kind of tacky to look at, but I do like her white racket.
Man, that's just not even. Man, Serena even did it better, and she had a baby.
Can I show that?
Oh man, what is? No, she needs to get in shape. Grigor said, "Can Nishikori take a set from Djokovic?" Nope. Maybe he'll give him a set.
If
I asked him that question.
If Holger Rune can do it, then Nishikori can do it. But look, I don't think I would bet on it. I think it would be a kind of a luck factor. I think you should bet on Djokovic winning in straight sets. If it goes 4 or 5, okay, to be expected. It's Nishikori. But they told Djokovic, you beat him like 17. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, good. He said, good. That's what he said. Good factor.
He said, good. Yeah.
And look. Sometimes Djokovic in his interviews, he makes it sound like he doesn't keep track of records. Mm-hmm. So Djokovic was doing an interview not terribly long ago, and Mikhail Yuzny coaches Shapovalov. Mm-hmm. Isn't that right?
Yes.
And then Djokovic, I think, had beaten Shapovalov, and a journalist asked Djokovic, "How does it feel to have Yuzny over there that used to play?" And the journalist misspoke and said the record was like 3-3. And he was like, what? I'm 3-3 with Yuzny? So in other words, then the journalist was like, no, I got that wrong. And he was like, I was about to say, Yuzny was equal with me. Anyway, but he keeps track of that.
Serena's had some base outfits. Let's be real. Osaka's nowhere near Serena's body when Serena was her age.
3-3 on serve, first set. Fernandez serving first point.
Freelancer said, do you think Zverev can pose a threat to Djokovic? Did they mean the semis?
Yes.
Yes,
But I don't think he'll win, but he can definitely pose a threat.
Absolutely.
The Olympics was 2 of 3, and this will be 3 of 5. So it takes an exquisite amount of focus for the entire time. Not saying he can't do it, but Djokovic again. This 21 is everything. And I think the letdown of losing the Olympics, and maybe this is you think I'm an idiot, but that was a big hurt for him, not winning the Olympics for his country, and then not even winning the bronze medal match. But he's been through a huge letdown. I think that maybe not winning the Olympics will maybe push him further in his bid to get this calendar slam. Why? Because he doesn't have all the pressure. He doesn't have to do this.
Medvedev has a chance to, Ben Fricker. Michael Walker said, I remember when Salt and Pepper did a song called Express Yourself. Then Dr. Spinderella showed her pot belly and everyone gave her hell. Yeah, when you're in the spotlight, look, normal people, it doesn't matter.
Give me.
But when you're in the spotlight and you're an athlete or an actress, no one wants to see something that you don't want, that you can see anytime, right?
Yeah.
Also, guys, if you go to the beach and you're big, cover some of the stuff, there's ways to
kind of hide that stuff. Hey, by the way,
there's some girls here at the beach, they wear these really skimpy bathing suits, and I'm like, they're like maybe 40 pounds bigger than me, and I'm like, damn, I wouldn't dare wear that.
Hey, look, we're gonna take this show as long as we can because I still have a couple more things. But for some reason, and we'll test this. For some reason, our internet will cut out almost after an hour habitually, and we're at 51 minutes. So we're going. But much love, thank you. In case this cuts out, this is our goodbye. But anyway, back to this.
Yeah. Okay, what else you got?
I got a lot, honestly.
So you better get going because look.
Okay, Gallimon Fils and Yannick Sinner. This match to me means a lot for me. Why?
That's going to be fun.
Because I think Sinner is a fine young player, and I have followed Gallimon Fils since the juniors. Kid you not.
Fun guy.
Since the juniors. Since he was still playing juniors, I was very aware of Gallimon Fils. Fine player, fine athlete. He's in the category for me of David Ferrero and Thomas Berdych of the greatest players of my generation that never won a major. Gallimon Fils was my generation. Thomas Berdych was my generation. David Ferrero was my generation. Rafa is like a little boy to me. I'm sorry. I mean, he's 10 years younger than me, but 10 years, that's a generation ago. Juan Ferrero and Pete Sampras. I can't say Andy Roddick because I was never a fan. I can't say Agassi because I was never a fan. Edberg and Becker. Lendl and these are Michael Chang and Michael Steek and Philippoussis and anyway, but for me, I think that the Carlos Alcarazes, the Yannick Sinners are the future of the game, and the whole next gen thing that we had to witness that makes me want to puke. Zverev, TM, even though he won a major, but the only reason why he won the major, be honest with yourselves, is because of the damn ball lady didn't have enough speed to dodge that shit. You got to dodge that shit, man. How you going to miss that ball? It wasn't even hard.
You guys are hating her outfit, right? You want her to change her outfit. Yeah, I agree.
Who's Osaka's?
Yeah.
All right, it's 4-3 on serve, first set. Osaka.
Did she change her outfit?
She did change the outfit. She changed the outfit.
She said, screw this shit. This shit's making me look funny.
Yeah, she changed. How did she change that? How did she change it on the court?
Look, it didn't take her 7 minutes.
Wait a minute. We're watching the match. She just had a.
She did on the changeover. Like
what?
Down.
Let's go.
Yeah, that outfit was hideous. Oh, Nike, no one's gonna buy that outfit unless you're like 5, 10, 100 pounds.
Yeah, and the odd thing is for 3 years we've done the show and we could have done this the whole time. Put the live matches here, and we just realized we could do that. Duh.
Yeah, that's a better outfit. I'd wear that outfit. I'd wear that outfit. The whole showing the belly.
You could pull that outfit off.
Yeah, that outfit's cool. But the one with the belly, you got to be a super, super skinny girl.
Can someone look up for me the cost of that outfit in a size medium? Because I'm getting that for Carla. Osaka's outfit. What size medium? Come on, Mike Walker.
Do I watch the tennis channel? Yeah, but they don't show any of these matches unless it's recorded.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, during the major networks, ESPN, whoever has the rights to it, they get it. And then Tennis Channel, if they don't have the rights to it, will air it later.
Michael Walker, I've had ugly feet since my dad has ugly feet. He was a soccer player. He transferred that to me. I never wear sandals. I hide him. My friends call my big toe. They're like, that's a hammer.
Sledgehammer.
That's a hammer.
Is that a bad thing if you're a girl and they call your toe sledgehammer?
Hammer. So I show my legs because I know that's my best feature.
You want to show them your legs? They're big.
They know already, but I have my toes because no.
Tell you what.
No. You gotta know what's your best features. I think as a human being,
legs.
You gotta know. Like girls, some girls they wear the black eyeliners because they know their eyes are gorgeous.
Your best feature
is my legs.
Your legs are number one, but your brown eyes.
I don't think so.
You don't have a pupil, so you get lost.
They're dark.
You get evil. You get lost in the whole brown because there's no pupil.
They're evil.
Yeah,
just kidding. Let's go.
So,
Next thing.
Dang.
Next thing.
Does anyone think that Jack's sock looks like Santa Claus? I thought
he's got more of a belly than I do.
I thought there was a splitting resemblance there.
He's got more belly. He's got a beer belly for sure.
Let me ask everybody a question. If you can,
thank you, Michael Walker.
If look, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. For anyone that can correctly put the final score of the Zverev and Jack sock match and who wins, I'll either send you 5 sets of YTech strings, 5 sets. If you're not a player, I'll send you $30 immediately US. Okay. If you're subscribed and you can put the final, get your pen out. You may not need it because you can go into live chat and replay it. But you put, and there's 27 of you. So if you can say Zverev 6-2, 6-1, 6-0, Jack sock, 5-7, 3-6, 2. If you want it, I'll do it. 5 sets of YTech strings or $30 US. Final score and who wins of the Jack sock Zverev match. Let's get it going. Mm-hmm. We already got Simone Simonovic. Zverev 7-5, 6-3, 6-2 straight sets. Okay.
Look, come here, Chris.
Oh,
I gotta look like Alcaraz right here. No, come this way.
Oh yeah, our son looks like Alcaraz.
I was looking at Alcaraz.
All right, here's one.
So we got.
Oh, Gabby, so you tell us if our son looks like Alcaraz. Gabby, come over here. Watch the lights. Come here. Come here.
No. You're gonna knock everything down.
Tripping over there.
We got this guy.
All right, so here comes Chris over on the left side. Go to the other side, but watch the lights over there. All right, here's Alcaraz. He came over here after his win. Is this Alcaraz?
You gotta show your face.
That's Alcaraz.
The mini version.
That's Alcaraz.
He's actually got bite. He works out a lot now, so
he's got
swole. There's Alcaraz.
He's got a swole on.
Say I kicked Tsitsipas' ass today.
Yeah, he did.
All right.
And we're missing Lily.
6-4. Wait. I'm getting 7-5, 6-2, 6-4. I'm gonna have to go back and wish this guy good luck.
Derek Edwardson took socks 7-6, 6-3, 4-6, 5-7, 6-4
today, man.
Look, I think Jack sock will die before he goes that long in the match, Derek.
He does look like Alcaraz, right?
Yeah, that's Alcaraz, bro. That's Alcaraz.
By the way, let's wish Christopher tomorrow good luck.
He interviews for the Air Force Academy tomorrow, so he has a college interview tomorrow online, or what is it?
10 o'clock. It
was like a live face feed.
Mm-hmm.
So he has his first big time college. He has his first big time college interview tomorrow. His older brother's at the Air Force Academy now, and he's going to get his shot at his interview tomorrow. So let's go. Come on. We say come on about tennis. Let's freaking go, Chris. Let's go. I've been an asshole to him my whole life. I've been an asshole to him my whole life, but I did it just so he'd be a freaking beast, So he don't have to take shit from anybody ever because he took it from me his whole life.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Good luck, Christopher.
I definitely gave him shit his whole life.
All right.
And proud of it. All right. Moving forward. You ready to go?
Flo said you look like Alcaraz without the pimples.
Good point. And he's got a better tan. And Chris has a better tan.
She said you don't have pimples.
Yeah, and Chris has really nice skin. Chris has perfect hair. He doesn't think so because he's young, but he has perfect hair.
I tell him he's got Djokovic hair.
It's like Djokovic. Djokovic has this thick brown hair that's really luscious, and Chris has this super thick hair. When he gets older, he'll be blessed, But Chris's hair is so thick and perfect, But he doesn't think so. But he has Djokovic hair. Djokovic has perfect thick hair. It's like. It's thick. He's healthy.
Thick. Yeah. He's healthy. Looking at Djokovic, he's actually a pretty good looking dude.
Do you guys think that Djokovic has good hair or bad hair? Can we answer? Can we do a poll question on that?
Came on the show and I started cramping again. Yeah, I remember you cramped.
Can we do a poll question? Does Djokovic have good hair or bad hair?
Sure.
All right. Does Novak Djokovic have good hair or bad hair? I'm saying great hair, like Chris's, nice and plush and thick. Let's go.
He has hair like a cat and Novak. Yep.
Yeah, he has nice hair. He has nice hair.
Every time I try to ask the question, Djokovic.
Okay, I have a quick topic.
I have good hair.
All right, I wrote this last night, just after the last match ended, and this was supposed to be the first topic, and I left it off. Okay, I'm gonna ask all of you a question. I want you to honestly answer it, and this has to do with on the tennis court or off the tennis court. But let's think about this. So we don't have to get too serious about it, but let's think about it. The importance of being positive, the importance of being kind, the importance of being a nice person. In my opinion, if you do good things tend to happen. Not saying if you do good things that nothing bad will happen, but you get a majority of good things back. Karma. Does anyone believe in karma? I'm still trying to figure out that garbage in equals garbage out, meaning to diet, right? I still like to drink beer, and I know I shouldn't, but I drink the stupid beer. But other than that, I'm still trying to get my hands on the garbage in, garbage out. But do you not believe that if you emanate positivity, that you tend to get more positive back, whether you're on the tennis court or not? Right? What are some examples of you using positivity to get positive returns back in the past 24 hours?
Do the right thing.
Can you come up with something in the past 24 hours?
That I did that was good?
Yeah, I can name 10 because
there was one guy who came up, and I guess the golf course guy, he said was an a-hole to him, and he wanted to take pictures of the eagle's nest. So I gave him the whole information thing.
Today?
And I even...
Who was saying who was a butthole?
The ex-golf course guy that managed it.
Yeah.
And I was explaining to him, we have volunteers.
Someone before came out and said that?
Yeah, and he wanted to really get pictures. That's what he was there for. And I said, yeah, go walk. I even told him I run through there, blah, 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 just to encourage him to go there. So that's one thing.
Yeah, since the volunteers have taken over the golf course here in Dolphin Island, it's been beautiful. By the way, Osaka and Leylah Fernandez are 40-15. Actually, timeout 5-5. Osaka just held serve. It's 5.
She still has a belly.
It's 5-5. Osaka is about to serve.
You see?
Yeah, I like the fluorescent dress though. It's a tennis ball yellow. Some players would call that a hindrance, that color dress, because the ball blends in with it when you're striking the ball. So some people would say it a hindrance. Again, sometimes after an hour, the video cuts out.
Well, we need to make dinner soon, babe.
Okay, man, I love these people, man. They're like my family, man. That's why we call it the 5K tennis.
We gotta get
5K tennis fan. How do you do
tomorrow,
that?
Pretty straight through.
5.
We got a busy day tomorrow.
Tennis fam.
Busy day tomorrow.
Well, what's our schedule like? Roll it on. What we got? So give them a glimpse of the 5K tennis day on a Saturday.
10,
Who's at 9?
9.
Who's at 9?
Is the group, the big group.
The girl group.
Yeah.
8 people group.
Then 9.
Let's go.
Then
Who's 9?
10 is Mary Michael to 11:30.
Okay.
Till 11:30. Then 11:30 to 12:30 is Jonah.
Yeah.
12:30 to 1:30 is Dylan.
Let's go.
4 o'clock is Lily. She's a new student, and then 5 o'clock is Gabby and McKenna.
Everybody
And
get
then
your
we have to write for the show, cook and all that.
Yeah.
So yes, it's all
okay. So what time is our last lesson tomorrow?
Ends at
5 to 6.
Yeah.
So tomorrow night we will be here at the same time as usual for the U.S. Open. We will be exhausted, tired, but that's all right. I need some motivation. I need some motivation.
Thank you to my student for bringing me Mike's hearts.
Oh,
I was happy. A whole box.
Yeah, tomorrow night around 7 o'clock. Let me run through my flow sheet and make sure I got all this info. All right, you ready? I said Santa Claus looked like Jack Sock, right? Got that. Shapovalov, Og Chapeau.
Borg has beautiful hair.
Who?
Borg. He has thick hair. You're right. He has hair like my dad. It's very thick.
One last thing. I have to get it in because I'll forget it. And by the way, don't forget to watch the video I just put on the community tab that we did almost 2 years ago, where we said, here is Carlos Alcaraz for anybody just tuning in. Watch the video. Give us some props on that one. Put a thumbs up on it. Share it. Like it. Hit the sub button. That was almost 2 years ago, February 18th of 2020. Carla and I sat here, and I had my face operated on. I had stitches all up my eye. I just had cancer cut out of my face.
Yep, Osaka broke.
Osaka, Osaka's fixing the serve at 6-5 first set. Anyone want to make a comment on paying college athletes?
They should.
And I don't want to spend too much time on this, but as an avid football fan and tennis fan, and have been around both those type of locker rooms, I've been in tennis locker rooms, I've been in football, American football, not soccer, football. I've been in those locker rooms. Paying college athletes, are you for it or are you against it, and why?
They should, especially the football players and basketball players. They need to, because some of them support their families that way.
Yeah?
Those type of sports, yes.
Well,
even the tennis players too, they should.
I look at it this way. If if I'm coming out of high school and I want to be a businessman, I'm going to go to college and take a business curriculum, and I'm going to get a PhD or a master's degree in business, right? If I want to be, an engineer, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to major in engineering, and I'm going to get a master's degree or a PhD in engineering, and I'm going to become an engineer. The thing for college athletes is that a lot of them, especially basketball and football, a large percentage of them never make it.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's almost impossible to play at Division I level and study at the same time. If you're Division III or NAIA, okay, you might be able to get away with it. But at the D1 level, the coach is there to win or they get fired, and the players are there to win or they're not on the team. So they have to just work and practice, work, practice, and the study is kind of secondary. So because this person is at the university, their major is the sport. But because of such a large percentage of them don't make it in the first place, and then because they never majored in anything or weren't able to study very hard, their college education is basically squandered if they don't make it per se. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they can return to it later and actually study. But for the time that they were there is time lost outside if they don't make it to the master of their craft. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So pay them while they're there. Let them make it or not, which a large percent of them don't. We good? Yeah. Well, a large percent of them don't, and give them something to, pay for a couple classes, moving back in to reality. But yeah, paying college athletes, I think is great. Again, their major is sports, and the large percentage of them that play in college, when their last days are over in college as a student, their days of playing competitive sports are done forever. And namely, a larger percentage of those athletes in high school, most varsity athletes in high school, they never play another down of football after the final whistle of their final game their senior year. So they should pay them. But nonetheless, food for thought. Let us know in comments. I know Carla's tired.
I have to cook dinner. We're going to end up eating super late.
By the way, I think Osaka just took the first set. She did. Osaka just took the first set, 7-5. Proof is in the pudding. 7-5, guys. Take care. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe tomorrow night. I need some favors for the people in the dog pound.
I have a few.
All my people like Michael Juman, Pistol Shrimp Pete.
I have a few white hairs, but I pluck them.
In my dog pound. I need people in the dog pound to be here tomorrow night because I'm going to be tired.
Talking a lot.
Get me in the dog pound. Let's
Adios. Go. Bye.
Mamacita.
Cheers.
Gotta cook.